special episode of
The Constant
Struggle. I'm Nick Watson.
And I'm Brie Watson. Well, I don't know what we're doing here.
We're going to NPR.
It was fun, yeah.
NPR.
Oh, I didn't know you were going.
Okay.
We should have like slow music in the background.
Some yaz?
Something engaging.
Okay.
That will pull you in.
Some engaging jazz.
I'm going to go look for some engaging yaz.
Really? Can you do that in the background? That's going to be a lot of work, right?
No, not really. I would just have to find something that's like royalty free.
I mean, okay. Either way, if you do, it's great. It'll be awesome. It'll sound great. If
Like
you
throughout
don't,
the
then
whole
I respect the laziness.
Okay.
No, just that intro.
I'm not lazy. I just I have other stuff going on.
Yeah. I don't. I use a broad term for laziness, and I mean no offense by it. It's my lifestyle of choice.
I see.
Yeah.
But don't you have a job in children?
Yeah.
You can't be lazy if you have a job in children.
Well, I mean, I get by.
Right. You do.
I'm not ambitious at all. It's like, I mean.
Well, you're writing a novel. That's
I mean,
pretty
yeah, but
ambitious.
like a page a day.
Yeah, but you're still writing a novel.
I know.
Not ambitious would be like.
No, ambitious.
And also, you're like not eating sugar.
Oh, dude, that's awesome though.
But
that's,
like that sounds hard.
It feels like a life hack. And by heart, welcome to the Constant Struggle for real. Sorry,
In case you're like, what? Who are these people talking?
Yeah, it's a hostful episode.
Yes.
So Bree's interviewing me, Nick Watson, and I'm interviewing your name again.
Fartsmith F. Fuzzywinkle.
So yeah, Brie Watson. And
I've always wanted to be a fartsmith.
yeah, dude, I'm Fartsmith.
Yeah.
I forge farts in the fires of Mount Boom.
Ew. Poom.
That's
better
one
than
letter
forging
off.
in Mount Poon.
Anyway.
Hey, if you're gonna forge something anyway.
Yeah, might as well be in Fart Poon. What?
We've got off the rails already.
2 minutes in.
Best episode ever.
I drank 2.5 glasses of wine before this one.
Well, see, I'm driving, so I can't.
Right.
But when I get home...
I'm down to 186.
Oh, that's good.
I'm like 10 pounds away from being the weight I should be.
Okay. And it's all because you cut out carbs and sugar.
Yeah, I've reduced carbs a lot, and
Okay.
I've tried to eliminate sugar completely.
But you just said you had a glass and a half or 2 glasses of wine.
There's no sugar in wine.
It's all natural grape sugar.
Yeah, all the alcohol like cooks the sugar away.
I
That's
understand
my
that.
understanding of it.
So just like not...
No, I don't do it. I don't.
Okay.
Yeah, I've cut down my
So
drinking.
do you do like black coffee now?
No, I go. I go
With
for milk. Yeah,
Okay,
because
but no sugar.
yeah, I try to get fat to replace sugar.
Yeah, that's supposed to be like, it's supposed to be like proteins and fats, and that's...
Well, that's all you have left, really.
Right.
And well, I guess whatever the hell is in vegetables, nutrients, vitamins, and I guess fiber as well. Yeah, so I just basically cut down on my carbs as much as I can.
I need to stop drinking Coke.
Well, yeah.
I know, but it's so hard because it's so good.
Dude,
I don't like, you know what it is? I don't ever drink it like, actually I do, but not as much like when I'm at work or whatever. It's just because when I get home, Dan's like, I thought we were out of Coke, so I bought 3 more bottles.
I mean, you could just ask Dan not to do that anymore.
Oh, we've tried.
Oh, okay.
But then we always...
Oh, but he loves it with his rum and Coke.
Yeah, but he could
It's
do
like
rum
half
and
a
Pepsi.
rum and
like,
Coke.
it would be fine if he got Pepsi.
Oh,
But then
you
I'll
wouldn't-
always like fall off a wagon if I have like a, you know, a really emotional day or a bad period or something.
For me, I channel nature's greatest resource, spite. And I get super angry at the fact that large American corporations are making money off of me getting fat and dying at an early age.
That's a good point.
So I channel
that in
that
mind.
resentment into not having sugar at all.
Well, I'm gonna, I feel like my life is gonna be different going forward now because...
I don't see why that would be the case at all. I mean, if you were doing a major life change, we would have a hostful episode.
We would probably do something
Copyright
like
Chris
that.
Hardwick.
Why don't we just call it HostCast?
Okay, HostCast. That's not been used
That's
by
probably been host...
WatsonCast.
WatsonCast.
Would we need to have Pam on this?
I mean, there are probably a couple more. No, because she's a stringer now.
Oh, great.
There
Okay.
you
Bye, Pam. I don't think she listens.
She doesn't listen.
No. All right.
She's very busy.
Welcome to WatsonCast.
Yeah, it's a Watson full episode.
Yep. So anyway, facetiousness aside, Brie,
Yes.
do you have news for the podcastulating audience?
No.
All right, great.
Bye.
So, I've been listening to Marin lately.
Bing, 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 bing.
I just wanted to get the Marin reference.
Yeah, no, get it in
No,
early.
Brie's done a thing, guys.
Yeah, man. I talked to my boss at my day job and asked for a year's worth of leave. Like a sabbatical.
Mm-hmm. You're leaving for a year.
I'm leaving for a whole year. And when I tell people that, they're like, you're pregnant. But I'm not pregnant.
If you're, why wouldn't you just be on maternity leave if you're pregnant?
Yeah, exactly. But I'm like, I'm leaving CBC for a year. And people are like, she's having a baby.
I'd be all right. No, I was
I'm
gonna
not
say,
having a baby,
Yeah,
though.
no.
I'm having creative baby.
Yay!
Come out of my brain.
Brain babies.
Yeah, so, yeah.
They are far easier to feed and keep alive.
Well,
I mean,
we'll
like,
see.
maybe
Yeah,
not
we'll
actually.
find
Yeah,
out.
you gotta
Got a whole year to find out.
nurture them.
That's right.
As well.
Yeah, so...
Yeah, you're gonna not just living the dream, you're sacrificing for the dream.
Yeah, so I'm gonna have very little money for the next year.
Uh-huh.
Because I'm not getting that paycheck. But
You're gonna have...
I'm also not going to be paying Toronto rent.
Yep.
So it'll be a little bit easier on that front. And I am continuing to work as a teacher of improv, which is good.
Mm-hmm. And you're gonna be in St. Catharines area?
Yeah, in the Niagara region.
Niagara
I just
region?
say Niagara.
All right.
Moving back down to Niagara because nobody knows where Thorold is unless you went to Brock.
Okay.
I talked to this lady I work with, and she was like, "Oh man, St. David's Road." I was like, "Yeah, right around there." Anyway,
So yeah, but you and Dina are going to be able to do loads of Improv Niagara stuff.
Yeah, we're at least gonna try to continue doing this monthly show that we've been doing.
Mm-hmm.
Niagara Improv.
Maybe look to
If
do
you're
some
wondering
weekly
like, if
stuff.
it's Improv Niagara or Niagara Improv, think me.
Niagara Improv.
Yeah,
It stands for that.
that's right. And yeah. So we got all those shows that we've got planned throughout the summer. But then Dina and I want to just do some duo stuff too. I don't know where anyway, she and I will find some places in the region to do that kind of
I believe
stuff.
it's I and she, but okay.
And then, but then we picked up another pair of wheels so that I could come into town to do teaching and shows and that kind of stuff when I need to as well. But the point is, I will now have my 9 to 5 to focus on my own creative stuff instead of my boss's schedule.
Man. Okay, all right. So let's slow the boat down.
Brrr.
Right? We're going through the Loch Spree because we're in the Niagara
That's
region.
right. Very interesting and complicated.
Regional metaphor.
Oh, I was going to say no, like feat of engineering.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's a nautical adventure.
Yeah.
Okay.
I had this dream. Took the canal. No.
I mean, that's a specific dream. You can have that. It's very mellow.
So the new place has skunks, and yesterday I had a bunch of dreams about skunks.
Awesome. All right, so working 9 to 5 in your
What
brain.
a way to make a living.
Well, I mean, you're not going to
What a way to make a living.
How's that going to work? Take us through the plan. What's the big idea, Brie? What are you going to do?
Okay.
Brie wakes up. What time are you going to wake up in the morning?
Depends on what time I go to bed the night before.
Fair enough.
Gonna try for a full 8 hours.
Yep.
Every night.
Nice.
So if I go to bed at 3 a.m., I'm waking up at 11.
Oh, the neat owl?
I am the neat owl.
Yeah.
I am not good in the morning. I know how you, I don't know how you do it, but you said you can't sleep in anymore.
I've told you, have I shared with the podcast how I get through my mornings?
You have, but now I think you're so set to it that even on the weekends or whatever you can't.
Oh, well, I mean, for me, I got up at 8:45 this morning. That's a huge sleep in. Am I right, podcast
I
audience?
actually woke up earlier than you today.
Why?
Because I was supposed to go to this friggin'...
Oh, the thing that didn't happen.
Yeah. Anyway.
Anyway, they've done good stuff for us before, and we didn't
True.
deliver for them, so...
Yeah, we did.
Well, we tried.
Yeah. Right.
Alright, so Brie wakes up at 8 plus 3, carry the Y.
Yes.
Um,
whatever time I get back. It'll
10
probably be
10 or 11.
It'll not even. I bet it'll be a 9:30 kind of scenario.
Alright, you wake up, Put a pot of coffee on?
Put a pot of coffee on. I think I'm gonna do I'm gonna stumble out of bed and do the 3-page writing thing because I found that very helpful.
We're going artist way right away,
artist
right?
waying it,
Have you read?
I've only read the beginning, so I guess I can continue and read the whole thing.
And just do the thing,
I've got so much time, I'm gonna anyway, yeah. So the first thing I'm gonna do is those 3 pages, my morning pages.
Okay, sorry guys. For those who don't know, this is The Artist Way by Julia Cameron.
Yeah.
Who is the freaking Sherpa of artists.
Yeah. So it's for people who have writer's block, which I don't have writer's block because I haven't started writing yet.
I mean, you've been writing.
I have been writing, but it's sketches here and there, you know what I mean? So my goal writing-wise is to, the first thing I want to get done is my packet.
Oh, okay.
And in the packet is, obviously, there's a lot of work involved in the packet. It's an original pilot that I got to work on. Now, I already have one spec script, but I'm going to have to write a more modern one because mine's from the Mindy Project.
Okay.
So I'm going to have to do another spec script.
Yeah, because you're supposed to do, for a spec script, a show that's only been around for a year or two.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So, Master of None is an example.
Well, I mean, they've done season 2.
Yeah, but season 2, you're fine if you're in, season 2, season 3.
Okay, cool.
I think anything, after that, it's
Okay, so, I mean... Good example?
Yeah, and then there's, so you need to have, a list of, your, top 10 kind of, segments.
Oh, no, okay, I don't know what that means.
Oh, so, David Letterman had, the top 10.
Oh.
That was, a bit. So you just sort of come up with a similar segment that has repeat jokes and that kind of stuff.
Okay, so this packet is not just for Canada, then.
Oh, it's a late-night comedy packet.
Okay,
basically.
right.
Yeah.
Okay,
Writing for late-night kind of thing.
I do know someone who submitted a packet.
To?
I think it was Colbert.
Uh-huh. Why don't you pronounce the L in that ever?
Colbert.
No, not the T, the L.
Colbert?
You say Colbert... who's the co-bear in this bear? All right, okay. Out of these 2 bears, which one's the main bear and which one's the co-bear?
The co-bear.
Excellent edit point.
You hit the L. You can see it. Does that help at all?
Oh, yeah.
We both went for a drink.
Colbert.
Anyway.
Was it Sherilyn?
No, it was Graham from from Ink Drinks.
Oh, okay, cool.
And I'm blanking on
Sherilyn did also.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
There's another friend of the show.
She's
friend of the show.
Yeah, well, former guest.
Yep. Well, that's what I mean by friend of the show.
I see what you mean.
Yeah.
She has also left her job.
Oh, Sherilyn's on a sabbatical as well?
Yeah, I think so. Well, right now she's on vacation in Winnipeg, so.
Cool.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, the summer's the time to go to the Peg, right?
That's true. It's
right.
Cold in the winter. Anyway.
Well, shout out to Sherilyn.
Shout out to Winnipeg.
Both of you.
But yeah. So anyway, so there's that, and then there's, I think, just a list of opening monologue jokes.
Sure.
Which, if you got to keep those pretty recent.
I feel like today's politics isn't much fun to write about.
No, you just have to basically
right
take out words straight out of his mouth.
So is it just? I mean, you could just focus on Trudeau's socks jokes.
Yeah, I love his socks.
Oh, there's jokes there.
Yeah. Anyway, but that's what you need, I guess, for your pack. Not, I guess. That's what I'm going to be working on, is creating one of those. Once that... so that involves a lot of other stuff, too, right? I'm going to have to watch a bunch of, TV to find out which episode.
Research.
Which is so great! But I'm actually going to have time to do it.
Well, yeah, because you could do your writing during your days.
Yeah, at night.
Research.
Yes. I'm also going to be doing shows.
Because that's something I have no time for.
Exactly. That's the one thing. It's that was my whole thing, right? Writing is something I don't have to. I did improv, because improv doesn't require that amount of preparation. It required courses, which I could take, but the courses didn't require preparation.
No.
You dropped in, you learned, you took notes, and then, you practiced.
And it's giving you the mental, you're ticking a mental box of saying, well, this is going to help my writing.
Absolutely.
Because it helps your writing.
It helps your writing. It helps you think on the spot. Honestly, improv, will change your life.
Oh, it's so funny. I'm into chapter 14 right now of my novel. And
that's chapter 14 alarm.
So, thanks. And it feels like I'm writing downhill. I've tweeted about that.
Oh, you've gone up your...
Yeah, but all my stuff is okay, I gotta wrap this baby up.
Yeah.
And we gotta get to the big conflict, and we're barreling towards it.
Uh-huh.
So... everything's going out super fast, but I'm getting the resistance of like, oh, but what if I don't want to waste time? I need to do this properly, and it has to have artistic qualities to it as well.
No, but you go back and do that stuff after.
Yeah, I'm totally going to do that, but in your brain when you're doing
Oh.
it, it's giving you like, no, I'm scared to put pen to paper, but I just channel the improv.
And just go with it.
And just like, all right, let's just go.
Yeah, that's like, well, at least comedy, that's sort of the way to go.
Yeah,
like
am I
they say
right?
for good comedy is like write drama first and then go back and add the funny to it.
Well, the great thing about this is the way I've structured the book is I've got all of my beats I want to hit.
Perfect.
So that's like all the drama, right?
Oh, great.
So everything else, I'm just playing sweet, sweet jazz improv with it. And I'm like, how do I get these characters to do the thing that I want them to do?
Right.
I mean...
It's like, you're also like the dungeon master of
yes.
the book.
Yeah. We should totally play some D&D. I
like,
think the kids are too young for it.
The more I like hear people talk about it, the more I'm like, I should totally... Like, I would have been way too into that if I had gotten into it when I was a kid.
It sounds amazing.
It's probably for the best that we
I tried playing it once with Steve Cassette back
Yeah.
in elementary school, and I got super bored with it, thinking like, oh, we're going to play D&D.
Right.
The amount of world building
There's
you
so
have to
much,
do before
yeah.
you get to friggin' page 1 of rolling that sweet 20-sided die.
Oh my god, that's too many sides!
How can one die have this many sides? It's madness.
Yeah.
All right, so basically, we're gonna have a D&D podcast.
So maybe
because there's not.
We can't have it. We could just go do their podcast if they'd have us. Maybe we could like.
I mean, I'm sure all we would have to do is ask
asking
really
you
nice.
from one podcast to another podcast.
But I mean, they probably don't listen to all our podcasts, and we're gonna have to tweet at them.
We'll give them a shout out
And perhaps write a nice letter.
Right.
And
the name
probably
of the podcast is Caverns and Comedians. Like,
what was I gonna say?
Comedians in caverns.
Yeah,
riding cars.
Drinking coffee.
It's that one's fun. It's fun. It makes me want to it makes me feel like I would enjoy playing D&D.
And really, isn't that what life is all about? Sorry,
definitely.
I got
lost
in a platitude there.
Yeah, so I don't know. I'm also gonna I'm hoping to write more sketches so we can do more films like I did with my buddy Dave from the Utilidors. Like, we made that one short sketch for Sketchfest, the one with the Kevin Lloyd Webber. You remember that one?
That was good.
And so to do that, I've got some buddies who are still at CBC that I have to make sure I keep in contact with, because they're the pro technical guys. You know what I mean? They're the directors and the art and the cameramen and the, that all that techie stuff.
What's your co-life partner going to be doing this time? Is Dan going to do some sweet projects, work on some music, or probably just look for a 9 to 5 or something?
No, he doesn't want to look for a 9 to 5.
Okay.
He's gonna work from home. I keep telling him, I think he would enjoy working, opening his own restaurant or something like that. I think he would enjoy the crap out of that.
I know, but that's a huge
undertaking.
Money sinkhole.
Right.
Is the term I'm looking for.
We might even Airbnb our place, so if people want to stay in Niagara for cheap.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I did that while I was in New York. By the way, I went to New York and performed for the first time.
We haven't talked about that.
No, we haven't.
Okay, why were you in New York, Brie? Did you just go watch a New York Yankees baseball game?
You know what? I actually really wanted to, because they were playing that weekend, but I didn't get around. And I was we were staying in
the Bronx?
Close
to the
but
Bronx?
just south, which is the Harlem.
Oh,
we were in No, it's nice. It's
yeah, it's all super gentrified.
Well, everything's gentrified over there. But yeah, it was in Harlem. We were in it was super nice, man.
I bet.
We stayed in a Airbnb. So I was there for the Del Close Marathon, which is the mecca of improv marathons for improvisers, where everybody from around, the world, I guess, come to New York City to participate in this giant festival.
Okay. Just a note.
Yes.
Shouldn't that be in Chicago?
No, man. New York's the
all right,
center of the world.
Del's from Chicago, right?
Yeah, but
all right.
New
York?
Okay, it's because the UCB is in charge of it. The UCB is in New York.
Okay.
The UCB runs it. The Upright Citizens Brigade, the improv company that Amy Poehler and her 3 buddies started.
Okay.
Anyway.
They started that in LA, though, right?
No, New York.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Our flight our Porter flight was canceled.
Yeah.
We were supposed to go
Was
down.
there a big storm or something?
Apparently.
Yeah.
I mean, it didn't look like it. It looked really foggy.
Not for us, but didn't it hit New York?
Maybe.
Yeah.
Anyway, so a bunch of flights were canceled, including Coco and Daphne.
Yeah.
Daphne, who is a friend of the podcast.
Friend of the podcast.
So when we got to the airport, the two of them were just like waiting there.
Aw.
And we're like, well, what's going on? They had been waiting there since 1 p.m. Our flight was at 6 p.m., so we got there right before 6 p.m. And then they're like, oh, the 6 p.m. flight has been, like, delayed. Maybe it'll fly out at 8 p.m., but you have to wait to find out. In the meantime, all these other flights have also been canceled. This flight was canceled.
So basically, you're just getting a huge queue of people wanting to go to the Windy Apple.
Right. But I didn't know for sure whether or not our flight would be canceled, because they kept saying, it's delayed, it's delayed, it's delayed.
Yeah.
But we were like...
Well,
okay,
we
so
got to get down to...
Yeah. So it was like 7 p.m. about, and like Coco and Daphne are there. I'm there with Candace Meeks, another friend of the podcast.
Yep.
And we're just like, I got really excited there. And we're just like, okay, so I guess we could rent a car and drive down. And Coco's like, I have a car. And we're like, boom. It's happening.
Do this.
So we went to
Let's
Coco's
go, bitches.
condo. Yeah, we left the island. We jumped in her car and then headed down in her like Toyota Camry down to...
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it was pretty comfortable, at least. At least it wasn't like a tiny little...
So, 4 comedy ladies?
4 comedy ladies.
In a Toyota Camry? That's totally fine.
It was a TV show.
Did you share the driving responsibilities?
There were 2 of us who had our driver's licenses.
Okay.
So we had to go back and forth.
Cool.
But because the weather was so garbage, like, it took us longer than it should have. But
were the roads a little scary, or were they okay?
They were just, like, dark and wet. So, like, so it was like, you know that thing where, like, the road, like, the reflection of the road and the rain is, like, and the lights and everything?
Yeah.
Anyway, so that part was brutal, yeah.
Right.
But I did, like, part of that windy, there's, like, a big windy part when you're driving to New York, and Coco was like, I'm so glad you did that because I can't do...
Is that all interstates and stuff? Did you go... Were the big roads?
No, that's the thing. Like, they take you, like, off the major... Like, you're on highways, but they're, like, windy, and they go through towns and that kind of stuff.
Through, like, small town America?
Yeah.
Oh, that's gorgeous. If you want to do the drive.
It is, but do it in the daytime. Don't do it
if you're
overnight.
hauling ass to New York for your Sweet Del Close marathon.
We got there at 7 in the morning. We left at, like, 8 p.m. the night before. As soon as I got there, I was like...
Did you guys get to sleep and stuff?
Yeah, like, as soon as I got there at, like, 7 a.m., I slept till, like, noon, and then we all took off.
Wait, so you got to New York at 7, you're saying?
Yeah.
Oh, my God, it was, like, the sun coming up, and New York was shimmering off in the distance.
I mean, you're joking, but it was.
There's, like, jazz music playing, and Sinatra showed up.
Start spreading the news.
You're like, I will, as soon as I sleep.
But so I did that part of the day when the sun, which was actually kind of nice. Because the sun was finally starting to come up, and I was like, I can see.
Everyone knows I was really going for Gershwin.
Yeah, of course. Okay. Broadway type music.
Something in Rhapsody in Blue. Fly Delta.
We do.
So what do you do with a bunch of flight in that one? Did they just have to
They just refunded our flight.
Oh, sweet.
Because we were like, none of these are flying out, refund my flight.
And they're like, cool.
Great, yeah, because then they didn't have to worry about rebooking us because they had to rebook every single person who was there. They're like, well, you can rebook, but the soonest you can get out to New York will be like Sunday. And we're like,
that's not going to work at all.
Yeah, so anyway, then we got to New York, and I played on 2 shows. My What If had a show, and then they had this super fun show where it was like everybody who was in the show had a different first language. So of course,
so you did the French.
Yeah.
All right.
And a bunch of people. So there was like an Italian person, a Spanish person, a guy who spoke like Mandarin Chinese. He was from Seattle. There's a guy who spoke like Hindi. I think, yeah.
I want to go Hindi on that one.
Yeah, he was very funny. And there was like a dude using like American Sign Language, which was also very cool. And a woman who was there from like Iceland. She was speaking Icelandic.
Okay.
Which was pretty cool. Anyway, just like a bunch of different people. So, the way the scene worked is, like, we would each start a scene, and then, like, as soon as there was, like, an emotional tilt to the scene, which usually happens about, like, you know, when the scene starts getting started and stuff, then everybody would like convert to their first language. So we'd go from English to our first language after that emotional tilt.
Holy shit.
It was so cool.
That sounds tough for an audience, but okay.
No, the audience was like super on board.
Aw.
Because you could see, like, you know what I mean, when the emotional shift happens, that's when you're like, ah, man, kiss for fire, Lord! Like, you know, like, and then,
Right.
and then they would do the same thing, but like in Italian, for example, and anyway.
That would have went well with the French.
Yeah,
think,
lots of hand motioning.
Yep.
But anyway, it was super cool. I felt like super, like, really supported, which is good.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, it was amazing. It was a really cool improv experience.
What were the gigs like? Did you get good crowds? Was it nice venues?
We did not. The venue was super nice. It was called the Theater for the New City, in New York, obviously. And yeah, but the show's at like 10:40 p.m. and there were probably like actual like big names performing at.
Well, it's a big town.
Yeah, exactly. So we didn't have a huge crowd, but like everybody was there for the festival. So
all right,
you know, it was fine.
Cool.
I don't feel bad about it because the language one that I did, I was just telling you about, there was a huge crowd there.
Really? Oh, yeah. Cool. Nice.
Because it was like earlier in the day, and it was at one of the actual UCB like venues.
All right.
It was at the Beast. Anyway, so it was a lot of fun.
Oh wait, that's UCB East, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. I was like, that sounds familiar.
Yeah. We bumped into David Tischauer, friend of the podcast.
Oh, nice.
He did the set with us. Basically, we only have our friends on this podcast.
Yep.
Hey? Yeah. Hey. Very Canadian moment right there.
How's Dave doing?
He seemed to be doing well.
Good. And Cokes was good.
Cokes?
Coco?
Like Coco? Yeah.
Yeah, all right.
Yeah, she was doing well too.
All right.
They missed their set because
because
of the
travel?
delay. Yeah. They were supposed to have theirs at 2 a.m.
Oh.
So Shannon O'Neill, who's the like artistic director of the Upright Citizens Brigade, was like, "Oh, that sucks, but why don't you come jump into this one show that I'm in?"
Aww.
So she got to play with the artistic director, and
that's super nice.
Both her and Daphne. Anyway, yeah, isn't that awesome?
That is awesome.
It was so cool. Such a fun weekend. It was sad to come back. Actually, it was like, I can't afford it.
Was there any dodginesses getting across the border with that, or?
No.
Okay, all right, cool. All right, okay. Can we get back to Brie's schedule?
Sure.
Okay, so what do you think your day's going to be looking like? How many hours are you going to put in writing? 4 to 6?
It depends on like the day.
Yeah, okay, let's go Gennaro day here.
Okay, so because like some days I have to teach at the Second City, so I've got to.
Oh, what time are those happen?
6 to 9.
We're allowed to talk about that, right?
Yeah, that for sure.
6 to 9. So you're not going to be dealing with too much traffic.
Exactly. I'll probably leave in the middle of the day, like noon or 1 p.m.
Yeah.
Not get a lot of traffic. And
get to Toronto early.
Get some writing done there.
Settle in. Yeah. A nice coffee shop.
Have some meetings with some people.
Sure.
Because I've got to try to find an agent again.
6 to 9. And after your teaching thing, you could do a set somewhere.
Right now I teach on Tuesday nights, and Tuesday nights are the nights where the Assembly, which is like the new long form collective in Toronto, that's one of the nights they perform, so I can often go.
Where are they at? Where does that take place?
They have like big headline shows at Bad Dog.
Okay.
And then they have sort of more like training shows, if that makes sense, at the SoCap.
Okay.
At both those excellent locations. Did you see how I social media shamed the SoCap into following us on Twitter?
No, I didn't.
I was
awesome.
like, hey guys, we talk about you like all the time in our
Follow.
podcast. Can you follow us? And they're like, oh, we didn't realize we weren't following you.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah, so
thanks, SoCap. Shout out. Great place. And I mean, even if you don't want to participate in shows,
great place to go watch them.
And yeah, I was gonna go more for a nice looking bar to get some drinks.
That's true.
It is a nice
It's
place.
super fun, and the like people who work there are the best.
And it's on the Danforth.
Yeah.
Where there's plenty of gyros, apparently.
Yeah. How have you never heard about that?
I mean, it makes sense. It's like
it
super
is
Greek, right?
Town. Yeah.
I know, but it's like I haven't had a good Toronto GTA.
Okay, so the next time,
have you?
No, but that's because I don't really like lamb.
Okay.
Like I get a lot of indigestion. Like Dan has given me a bite of his gyro, and I've been like, oh, that's like very salty.
Oh, that sounds right. Okay, that should be.
And
the
I'm
right
not a
stuff.
big fan of like tzatziki either. You know what I mean?
It's all good.
Yeah.
I love it so much. It
just sounds like, you know, when I eat that stuff, I get a lot of problems. You know what I mean?
This is downstream implications.
Yes. But I'm sure, like, we've been for, like, I love like souvlaki and stuff.
Sure.
So I'd go for like chicken souvlaki. Basically, I can digest chicken
But
way
you're
better than like lamb.
all
like
right. I was
spiced lamb
going
and stuff,
to say you're fine with the shawarma, but that's also not lamb based.
chicken. Yeah. I try to avoid like the beef stuff because I find anyway anything that's too heavily salted or like spiced or whatever usually gives me some.
I don't care who knows it, Brie. I love shawarma now. You were completely right about that.
Were you like anti shawarma for a while?
Yeah. When you lived in Ottawa, you're like, you got to try shawarma. I was like, nah.
You know what? Like I did not take advantage of the shawarma when I was in Ottawa. Everybody's like the best shawarma in the entire country is in Ottawa.
Really?
Yeah, I guess they have like super a whole huge Lebanese population.
Oh,
so the shawarma is like top of the line.
Right. So have you tried it?
No, I still haven't.
Well, you're going up to Ottawa this weekend.
True, but we are going to our favorite Indian restaurant.
Damn it, Brie.
And we're only there for like a little bit because we're going to see Tom Petty and come back down. And Tom his Heartbreakers. Yeah, that man has had like a big impact on Dan in my life.
Really?
Like the whole...
You follow his teachings?
Yes.
All right.
Last Dance with Mary J.
Driving down Mulholland.
Yeah, all that stuff.
Yep.
No, it's more like when on our honeymoon we drove, like we spent a lot of time in the truck driving down to New Orleans.
With Tom Petty?
With Tom Petty.
Okay.
No, it's just that he's got his radio station on Sirius.
Oh, cool.
It's like Tom Petty Radio. And we listened to that like the entire time.
So is that all Tom Petty songs, or is it songs that Tom likes?
It's a comedy. It depends on like what time of day you're listening.
Okay, cool.
It's like either Tom Petty and the Heartbreakers, or the Traveling Wilburys, or anything that he's been involved with, or he has a show where he'll be like, this is the music that's influenced me, or this is music that I currently like, or that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Anyway, it's really good. They have a Beatles channel now, and Dan's like, how the hell do you know so many of these songs?
Oh, it's the Beatles.
Yeah.
You don't. How do you not know? Like
all of them, though. He's like, how do you know?
They're
all
genetically
of these
encoded
songs?
into people.
Ours, not everybody. I didn't realize like
Dan missed out on the Beatles.
Yeah.
Lucky bastard.
We're a big Beatles family.
Are we?
Well, Pam and I love the
Beatles.
Beatles.
You two loved them. I avoided it.
Sure.
I still don't. Nirvana was apparently so heavily influenced by the Beatles. I do not hear it at all.
I don't know.
Is it just the chord progression? What am I missing?
Is it like the drugs?
Yeah. Well, I don't know. I don't think the Beatles were too heroin-y.
No, they were very LSD.
There you go. That's. I mean, that would have probably. Anyway.
But not until later in the game.
Yeah.
And apparently Paul waited a long time before.
I don't know. I have a feeling that early Beatles would have been big on amphetamines. Because they were in
Hamburg.
Munich. Oh,
Hamburg, yeah.
Germany, whatever.
Yeah.
And like doing late night gigs all the time. I think, and amphetamines were big back then.
What's an amphetamine? Like Coke?
No, like speed.
Okay.
Yeah.
What's the difference between Coke and speed?
Well, one's coke.
They're just different things.
Yeah, amphetamines are like a drug. It was a drug designed to be a weight loss. Well, I mean, they figured it was super good for weight loss.
Right.
Because you're running around your house vacuuming at 3 in the morning because you got so much energy. Oh my god, I just want to do everything.
But it gives people like heart attacks and shit.
Well, I mean, maybe.
They still like it's the
I
stuff
can
they
see
put
your
in,
confusion
like,
with Coke. Actually,
they're very similar, right?
Like super stimulants.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess
they're both uppers, I guess.
Coke's basically from the cocaine.
Oh, the plant.
Yeah,
right.
Where amphetamines, I'm pretty sure, is just straight up chemicals.
Okay, interesting.
But yeah, speed.
Okay.
Okay.
Like Liv Tyler in Empire Records.
Yeah. Was it like a yellowy powder?
It was like a pill.
Okay. I mean, that could have been ecstasy back then.
No, because it was like made her study and stuff. It made her work hard.
All right. We're dealing with a lot of things here, Brie, because in the early 90s, a lot of the study medicines were coming out.
Maybe it's what's that one now?
Ritalin?
No, Adderall.
Maybe. Isn't that a sleep thing?
Oh, I thought it was the opposite. What's the one that like coders use so they could stay up all night and work on their computer things?
I don't know. I'm having a feeling that this isn't where we want to take the struggle.
Welcome to Drug Pod.
I mean, it is a struggle.
Right.
Right?
I'll talk to you all about
okay.
Cipralex.
Okay. That's your anti-anxiety stuff?
Yeah.
Is that it?
Mm-hmm.
Should get a hit of that.
Man, changed my life. Just like improv.
Improv
and Cipralex. That's put that on my tombstone.
So you've got your days where you're going into the Big Smoke
Yes.
to mostly I zoned out there eating a lot of pulled pork and
No,
maybe
what?
doing a course.
Oh.
No, okay.
Right.
I wanted to get pulled pork into there.
Why?
Toronto's great for pork.
Is it? Oh,
I've been watching a lot of Bourdain.
Okay. Does he come to Toronto?
I mean, sometimes he does.
I mean, did he for the show?
Not no reservations. The one before that, that's on.
Oh, you're watching like archive Bourdain.
Yeah, I don't get live Bourdain.
Not.
Parts unknown.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think he would do Toronto for parts unknown.
He went to this like crazy place in Quebec. That was super cool.
Really?
Yeah, in like backwoods Quebec.
For parts unknown.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
He'll go to. Yeah, he was.
I knew he went up north and did like seal hunting.
Oh, cool.
But that was on no reservations.
Oh, okay.
All right.
Anyway, what my day is gonna look like?
Yes, thank you.
I don't know yet. I'm gonna have to make a schedule.
The Bree's Book of Destiny.
Yeah, well, I imagine my Bujo is gonna start to look a lot different.
Yeah.
Because right now it's like CBC.
Yep.
Now it's gonna have to be broken down into like writing chunks, exercise chunks,
Woo!
like
No eating carbs chunks.
no eating carbs. Yeah,
Are you gonna
like
try
minimal
it?
bread. I don't know about carb.
All right. Can I coach you through it?
Sure.
Okay, plan for it. You're gonna have to plan.
That's exactly it. We're gonna do a lot because I'm always on the go in Toronto. It's always like go go go.
Oh no! You need a weekend where you're
Yeah.
not going anywhere except for
Well,
your
what
house.
I'm saying is that like now that's gonna be a lot more possible because
Yes.
we're gonna actually go to grocery stores as opposed to being like I guess I'll just head
All right,
downstairs.
I'm super looking forward to this. All right, do you remember Train Spotting,
Yes.
where Renton kicks heroin for the first time?
Yes.
All right, you're gonna need to
They
do
have, like, a
that
kit. Yeah.
for sugar. But instead of not
I'm so
having
resistant already.
No, look, make up for it in everything that isn't sugar that you love for a weekend.
I don't love anything other
No.
than sugar.
Oh shit, you don't like bacon. I forgot you don't like.
Actually, I'm
You're
okay
coming
with
around to
bacon.
bacon.
Yeah.
All right, bacon. Do you like steak?
Yeah.
All right.
But they're not like those are not foods that I like crave.
No, you're not gonna. You're gonna need comfort foods that
Right.
don't have carbs or sugar in, and indulge the fuck out of them.
I don't even want to do that.
Dude, like Catherine, we had a weekend where I started on a Friday. I'm like, I'm not gonna freaking eat any more carbs ever, and I tripped balls the next weekend when the first time where I had pizza. Remember
right,
we did
I
that
do remember
podcast?
that, Yeah.
So basically, I got it done in a week. But that first weekend, I got through it with like eggs, bacon.
I like eggs.
And we went to the keg for dinner.
Nice. Oh, see,
And
now we're talking.
And we begged the lady, don't bring the sourdough.
No bread, no, yeah.
Don't bring the potatoes. And
Right.
she's like, oh, why, what's up? It was like, we're giving up carbs. And she was like, I've been there, guys. I've got you. It was so amazing.
Why are potatoes so bad? It's just...
No, they're not bad. But just in this first weekend.
Right.
I,
But is a potato a carb?
yeah.
Okay.
It's all starch.
Starch equals carbs.
Yeah. Okay,
So it's
like
not just
the
bread
reason
and
why.
pasta.
Yeah, bread and pasta super bad because they're refined starches.
Right.
Potato, at least it gives you the little bit more slow release because your body has to break it down.
Because it's like a thing that comes out of the earth as opposed to...
They're kind of basically,
Okay.
yeah. But with the refined stuff, it hits your
blood sugar, your...
Yeah, you get an insulin spike, and
Yeah.
that's what you want to avoid because when you metabolize that in your liver, it starts producing fat.
Right.
That's how you're getting fat.
And that's
from
why
it.
it's like storing it.
And my liver was getting fat.
Fatty liver.
So that's why I shut this shit down as soon as
I
I
see
found a liver spot on my hand. I was like, well, that's not good at freaking 38.
And liver spots are because your liver is shutting down.
I don't know. It could just
Oh.
be because I'm getting older.
Right.
But it put the fright in me, and I listened to the Joe Rogan Experience where
right.
he talked to the guy who did the documentary about getting rid of carbs.
I think it's going to be harder to convince Tan. Honestly, that's my concern.
Is Dan a big carb dude? He loves pork
Oh my God.
so
His
much.
mom eats so much bread you
Oh,
wouldn't believe.
it's all dumplings all the time.
Not even, it's just bread. It's like you'll be eating whatever, a meal, and it's like, here's like a loaf of bread for you to enjoy. And I'm like, I can't eat all that. Like, I've already got...
All right.
Also,
if you're gonna
pasta,
be
but
doing,
you can get gluten-free pasta pretty easily.
there's
What about,
workarounds.
like, egg noodles.
Fine. Yeah, there's no starch in that. It's eggs.
It's okay.
I mean,
love
maybe a
egg
little bit
noodles.
of flour.
Yeah.
But, I mean, start looking at your carb content.
Yeah.
And if you're going to have carbs, try to get it complex so your body has to do some work.
Right.
And you're not getting that spike right away
But
of the
that's
insulin.
for sure what the addiction is. That's when I'm like, I'm tired, Coke, it's like, boom, I could go.
Okay.
I can rule the world.
I mean, you could get that from coffee, first of all.
That's true.
Secondly, I have way more energy now than I've had since I was a little kid.
Oh, that's cool.
There is a haze that lifts from your brain after the first 3 days.
3 days.
Yeah, so I started on Friday night. By Monday morning, I woke up. I felt awake. Like, everything felt sharper, and it's been pretty good ever since.
Nice. I just discovered this really...
I've dropped, like, 20 to 25 pounds.
Nice.
Like, easy.
Just by not eating carbs.
Yeah, and I got back from my doctor's last week, and she's like, you can eat more bacon. And I'm like, what?
Well, my buddy did that. Like, he's on the, like, I don't know what it's called, but he's on, like no carbs, no sugar, just, like...
You're looking at, like, animal fat.
Yeah.
Is good. Like, don't do trans
I thought
fat.
animals were bad for you.
I mean...
I know, but they're so delicious.
Go for naturally fatty, like fish.
I like fish.
Fat ass, chunky
But you can't have, like, fish that doesn't have, like...
Yeah, you gotta watch out for mercury.
It can't be... Oh, I mean, like, it can't be, like, breaded fish, you know?
No! Like...
But I like seared fish. Is a seared fish? Yeah, because it's just,
yeah, that's fine.
I have to learn how to cook fish.
It's not that hard.
It's just salt and pepper.
It's not that hard.
I know.
I mean, no, it's not. It's more than that. Put some freaking cumin on there.
Oh, I don't like
Flavor Town. It's not that spicy.
Cumin.
It doesn't burn. It's
okay.
It's a flavor.
All right, I could do cumin.
Dude, you're gonna be living the dream.
I think Dan will appreciate...
Dan's a good cook.
Exactly. He'll appreciate new challenges for that kind of stuff.
The only sad stuff is you're going to have to watch out on some of your barbecue because some of the sauces depend on, like, well, you need 30 tons of molasses for this to work.
Or, like, barbecue sauce in general is very sweet.
Or you need
the stuff that you buy.
a pound of brown sugar.
What about salad dressing?
I mean, you could go more oily. Just watch out for sugar.
Yeah.
Start looking at your packages.
I'm just, like, wondering how much...
No, like, seriously.
Sugar is in salad dressing.
Sugar is the devil.
I know!
It's the white devil.
Yeah. I was thinking about doing, like, a buddy of mine did the whole, like, he lost a shit ton of weight and he had, like the cheat day.
Okay. I mean, you could do that, but I don't so much because it's never want to go through that sugar withdrawal again. It sucked hard.
Ugh.
It was like a weekend-long hangover.
Okay.
I mean, it's not kicking friggin' junk. You know what I mean?
That's true.
It sucked, and the only thing that got me through it, other than being grumpy, was steak and bacon. The old steak and bake. Okay.
All right. Okay. Now we've turned this into a nutritional podcast.
I mean, dude, if there are overweight people out there who listen to this, I was a chunky monkey.
With fatty liver.
With a chunkified liver. And seriously, guys, give it a shot. It's horrible for the first 3 days, but after that, it's worth it for the mind sharpening.
You still drink, like, beer, though.
Yeah, but I've cut down a lot on my beer drinking, and I'm more conscious of it now. I'm not like, am I going to have a beer tonight? No, I've kind of had a bunch of carbs today. It's going to be bad. Or I can go, like, you know what? I haven't eaten a lot today. I could take it probably.
Gotcha. Or
I know I'm going to exercise tomorrow.
Right.
So you just got to be more conscious, and I'm more deliberate about it, and I enjoy it more when I have it.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to just not being sat at a desk 8 hours of the day. I will be writing, but I will be taking breaks.
Where are you going to write? Are you going to write at home, in the house?
Yeah, so this new house has, like, giant rooms. We're going to turn one of them into an office. Yeah. I'm going to, like, basically turn one wall into a corkboard. Okay. Like a whole wall. The whole wall is going to be covered in cork. And I'll, like, my original pilot on, one project here, and I'll have the...
Project Brie.
Yeah. Anyway, all kinds of different ideas and stuff.
All right. I've been watching a lot of flicks. No, not a lot of flicks. For me...
Netflix or movies in general?
Netflix.
Okay.
Not a criticism. I completely understand how this happened, but there are a lot of shows set in L.A. About people 20s and 30s just kind of hanging out with their friends.
Oh, I'm not going to do that. I already have an idea for my original sitcom.
All right.
And it has
I'm just saying I would love to have that, but not being in L.A.
Toronto.
Sure.
Mine's already
St. Catharines.
Set in
Niagara
wherever
Falls.
they have. Yeah, anyway. I'm not going to... Whatever, not like anybody's going to, like, steal my... No.
It just seems like there's a lot of them.
First of all, I've never been to L.A., so, if they say write what you know,
I'm just thinking, I've watched Flaked lately, and I'm like, it's not a criticism. It's just, I'm noticing
That's one show.
It's all in Venice. Yeah, but then there's Love.
Yeah, I didn't watch
That show
one.
was all there. I mean, Marin.
Right.
It's all
I
like...
want to watch his new show. It looks funny.
Oh, Glow?
Yeah.
Glow's freaking amazing.
Yeah, it looks really good.
Also very, LA heavy.
Right. Okay. Well, I mean, that's where the money is, I guess. But yeah.
Well, not only that, but the infrastructure's all there. You've got like
exactly.
all the talent of all of America's talent of writing.
Yeah.
They go there.
Yeah. They flock there.
Not all. I know there are people in New York, so calm down,
Calm
guys.
down.
We get you. We feel you.
Even in Boston, they have an industry.
No, fuck Boston.
And Philadelphia.
I mean, okay.
All the major centers, really.
Chicago.
New Orleans.
No, really?
Apparently.
Well, they have
Somebody
a
knows
lot
they're
of production
shooting
in New
something.
Orleans. Yeah.
Yeah.
Welcome
Anyway.
to things that are in America. Canada
absolutely.
Netflix needs to.
I would love to write a show about Toronto. Or, you're right, Niagara.
Niagara
or
would be great!
Not small town Ontario, because I know that's like Letterkenny, but something like mid-sized, like a Kitchener or a Waterloo type.
Oh,
But I
my
guess
God.
that's Niagara.
Yeah, like, God, there's so much weird.
I was in St. Catharines yesterday, and I was like, why didn't I appreciate this place at all when I was younger?
Because teenagers are self-centered.
That's true. But I'm still self-centered. I mean, I'm taking...
Like, different.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm taking a year off to focus
Also-
on my art.
also
I'm
not a
pretty
criticism.
self-centered.
I mean, teenagers are going through a lot of shit.
I guess changes and whatnot.
Fucking tons of hormones going on up in that business.
Yeah.
I do not envy your position, although I do envy your youth.
Your sweet, sweet
Sweet
youth.
youth.
Your hopes.
You guys heal
Your
like
dreams.
fucking Wolverine, you
No
psychos.
kidding, man. I was thinking, I was like warming up. You know how long it takes me to warm up my shoulder to play softball now?
You probably
It's
need
like
a rotator cuff thing.
I have a rotator cuff injury,
Yeah.
right? Like, so... I
You
have to,
need
like-
Tommy John surgery.
I don't know what that is.
It's a thing for pitchers.
Oh.
Okay.
And
I think
I'm
it might be an elbow
Oh.
thing.
Yeah, I get, yeah. But now it's like I have to start like from here, it's very close to throwing.
Oh, okay.
And it's like, okay, I think I'm good. No, wasn't ready yet.
Oh, shit, I get that too. Like you do that one hard throw,
And it's like,
crunch, crunch, crunch,
yeah,
crunch.
I'm like, oh.
And then the rest of the game it hurts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Then you start going sidearm.
Yeah, and even
Yeah.
that hurts sometimes a little bit more.
Yeah, it's like,
Maybe
oh, that
it's-
I threw too hard.
Yeah.
Thanks. Realize that now.
And it's
immediately.
I feel like it's worse with a big, like a giant softball.
Like a big stupid
softball. I end
Yeah.
up doing like a lot of like straight arm over top of my head
Ugh.
stuff.
like a shot put.
Yeah, just take it. He's out.
I'm a girl.
No.
And don't you play third a lot?
I do, I play third, yeah.
That's a long distance to throw.
Yeah, oh my god. So, oh god, today we had like one inning where I didn't play third. It was like the last inning of the game, and the other team had already won, but we were just like finishing because we were there anyway.
Uh-huh.
Like, so we're like, okay, let's just have fun. We'll switch positions and that kind of stuff. So I went to play catcher because the girl I switched with plays catcher, and sometimes she plays in the outfield.
Okay.
So she took third base,
Yep.
and the guy up at bat is like kind of known for like hitting it up third base line.
Okay.
So I'm like, D, be ready for
corner.
this. And she's
Here
like,
comes.
woo! He smacks one and fucking hits her
Right
right
in the
the
face?
face, man.
Come
I
on.
was like she her instinct was to go like this, but not
Nope,
with her glove.
didn't
yeah,
work.
and it just
Brie
hit
put
her
her
right in the
Brie
jaw.
put her arm up to shield
Yeah.
her face.
But boom,
I mean, another way to do that
duck.
or just
Get
throwing
out
it
of
out there. Put the glove up there.
Yeah, exactly. That's why it's like her instinct was this instead of the glove.
Yeah.
But like, she's used to pop flies coming like
Oh,
this. Woo!
all right.
Whereas like third base is very like
Was
reflex
she
heavy.
all right? She okay?
Yeah, I will see tomorrow.
Oh,
like
boy.
she, you know what is funny? She was like, "Fine." We're like, "D, are you okay?" She didn't cry or anything. She's like, "Yeah, it hurts." Like,
Yeah, it's like
well,
this
it's
is
not
physic-
great,
Yeah.
But she didn't like.
I've had better things happen to me.
Apparently,
Softball in the face is not in the top 10.
I was surprised. Like, if it hit me, like, it would have hit my. I don't know. I guess I don't wear glasses
All right.
when I play, but I would have cried like a baby. But it.
I
I
remember
played
back
that
in
position
grade
a lot,
8.
so I'm very used to being like, or like, with my glove,
Yeah. I remember a guy in grade 8 gym class went for a fly ball,
Yeah.
completely missed
Oh,
everything,
no.
right in the mush,
Oh.
and you can see the stitch mark in his forehead.
Oh, that sucks, man. That
It's
happened.
awesome.
Oh god, I
He was a boxing guy, so he was good with taking a shot in the head.
There we go. Yeah, I remember that happened to somebody playing. Like somebody just like launched it to home plate, And she wasn't paying attention.
Oh,
Hit her right in the
no.
head and she went down. It was like concussion.
Oh,
you know?
shit.
Yeah. And it was
What?
funny because
I'm
it was
awake.
like, I think it was like the guy, like it was a dude and he threw it to his wife. So he gave his
Oh,
wife
that's
a-
awkward.
Oh, man. Anyway, softball cast.
Yeah, there's a lot of different things going on in this one.
It's like a life update.
Yeah, I guess. Well, yeah, all right. So I've talked about the writing.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the same struggle of working the day job and
Yeah.
squeezing in the 2 hours
You're
at
chugging
night
along.
to do it. Yeah, it's construction date, my birthday to get the first draft done.
Oh, that's good. That's okay. You've
You
got
know,
the whole
ballparking
summer.
it. I might
Yeah.
might go to November. I'm hoping I could get it done before then.
You get any time off this summer?
I do, but I don't think that writing's going to happen because we're going to go to Montreal
Oh, right.
for more sweet Montreal action.
You guys love Montreal.
The kids love Montreal. I
Nice.
respect it.
A lot
It's
of
a
our
beautiful lady.
A lot of our heritage over there.
Oh, it's such a great town.
And they get to speak French. Do they speak
Yeah.
French when they're down there?
A little bit.
Un peu, un petit peu.
Uh-huh.
I guess you won't be enjoying any Saint-Viateur bagels while you're down
No,
there.
we're totally.
Okay.
Yeah, no,
You're on
the
a carb
diet be
vacation.
damned.
Okay.
Yeah, no, we're gonna do both
Some
the bacon,
smoked meat.
both the bacon. Yeah, the smoked meat. I'm gonna do it more. Last time we rushed it, we were at. I don't know. It felt like more of a. Oh shit! Do you know Montreal pretty well, right?
Yeah.
Did you go to the place with the smoked meat where they're like, we invented it?
I mean,
It's kind of famous.
I know what you're talking about. It's funny because
You go
I
downstairs?
I went to a different place where
All
I
right.
think it was pretty famous for their smoked meat.
Well, it's super downtown, but it felt a little touristy.
Okay. So go to anyway. I don't
All right,
remember
what do you
which
got?
one-
What do you got?
I don't remember what it was called. It wasn't Schwartz's.
Yeah, Schwartz's.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
right. That's
Yeah,
not,
you're right.
That's not
Schwartz's
New York,
in
is it?
Montreal. Yeah.
Yeah.
I
Okay.
think
That's
there
where
is
we
a
went.
Schwartz's in
It was delicious.
Yeah.
But it
No,
felt.
it's Katz in New York.
Oh, Katz's Deli.
Yeah.
Oh my God! Did you go there?
I did.
How was it?
I like Kaplansky's
No-
better.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Holy shit! Shots fired!
Bang, bang, bang. It's because
Because
well,
you.
first of all, they don't do smoked meat in New York, right? It's like smoked meat is a Montreal thing.
Oh, wait a minute!
So
Wait!
they do, like-
wait a minute! Wait!
It's not. It's like corned beef. It's
Oh.
yeah,
Oh, that's more Irish, right?
yeah. I guess yeah.
But
But
did
the Montreal
did Jewish
smoked meat-
people get it from? I mean, is this the thing that were they doing it anyway, or did they get it from
They
the
were
Irish?
doing like the corned beef. Boy, jeez, that's a good question.
Wow.
I wonder what else. There must be other meats and stuff that they're smoking, but they just don't call it like it's not. Montreal smoked meat is like its own thing.
Yeah,
So
it
they
is.
have like
I was gonna
like
call it
pastrami,
yes,
and that kind of stuff,
yeah,
right?
yeah,
Like yeah,
it's pretty close.
yeah, which sounds Italian. I don't know about
Yeah,
yeah.
that sounds pretty Italian.
So I don't know if it's anyway.
Some prosciutto, some gabagool.
Yeah. But anyway, smoked meat is like the Montreal thing,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm not even the biggest fan of smoked meat. I like corned beef, so
Yeah,
for
but-
me it was like the corned beef challenge. Do I like Katz's New York
Yeah.
corned beef, or do I like because when I'm at Kaplansky's I have corned beef.
Oh, okay. And
And it's-
Kaplansky's.
oh yeah, out of the water, man.
Really?
But there's also like other like the fries at Kaplansky's with the smoked meat is like, come on, they don't have something like that at Katz's. They have like an assortment of pickles. Great, I get it.
They're more old school.
Yeah, exactly. It's
Yeah.
super old school.
Yeah. So I mean, if you want the liver and onions,
They probably have it. I don't
no, they
remember.
would do.
I'm like, that's not what I was looking
Yeah, sure.
for.
I'm feeling old man enough. Like I should
You
be
would go
eating
for-
liver and onions at this point in my life.
Ugh.
I don't know, but like all the stuff that I thought was gross growing up, I'm like, wait, this is actually pretty awesome.
Nah.
And I've been watching a lot of Bourdain.
I like onions, fine. You know, are they
Yeah.
grilled onions?
Oh yeah,
Caramelized?
caramelized.
Okay.
So it's getting that sweet onion flavor.
Yeah, I like that. I could get behind that. But that's also like French
And
Canadian
depending on
stuff.
how you're doing I know liver can be super dry, but if you're like a seasoned liver professional,
I guess if it's like
if you know what you're doing,
yeah,
it's
like
gonna
if
taste
it's like
awesome.
not marinated, but seasoned properly. Oh, I
Yeah.
see how you said seasoned, but I mean seasoned, like seasoning. Anyway, wow, we just ate dinner and we're talking about food like
yeah,
we're starving.
pretty heavy. Food's important, man.
Yeah, but I'm just excited. What I was trying to say before is that like I eat a lot at the like cafeteria at work or like when I'm on the go, so
Oh.
I know that is like brutal. So I'm
Yeah,
looking
you
forward
gotta
to
take
having,
more
like,
ownership
yeah,
of
like
it.
homemade stuff. I'm gonna have more time to do like meal prep and that kind of stuff.
And the other thing is, like, Dan's such a good cook.
Exactly, but he gets lazy.
So maybe the two of you can combine forces.
I think it'll be helpful that I am there to like kick him around a bit.
I mean,
and that he
gently guide him.
Yeah, I know he can become an angry bear otherwise. But also like just like the difference between a home cooked meal compared to like, I mean, not that it's like horrible, but like sandwiches. You know,
yeah, well, that's bad because you're right there. Yeah, I was just saying that.
Even with all those grains, those whole grains.
Yeah, it's not as bad. It's you're still getting some sugar, but it's not hitting your system so quickly.
I like to go for a multi-grain bread if I'm going for a bread.
I mean, it's more flavor, right?
It's more, and there's like substance to it.
Mm-hmm. But eggs and bacon.
Eggs and bacon.
Delicious.
Okay, so what about you? So you're gonna be writing? You're going on vacation? Do you have anything else coming up that's like exciting or inspiring?
I mean, I've been loving the summer.
Yeah, it's so nice.
It's like it's not hot.
Yeah.
There's a bit of rain, but I've been coaching the baseball team again this year.
That's cool.
So much fun.
I pitched
Mac and Coop playing this year.
That's good. On the same team.
Yep.
Nice.
Mac's hitting like over 500.
Had a girl.
Coop's like 700,
I bet
800.
He's fast.
Yeah, he's pretty quick out there. So yeah, just a lot of fun, but my super biz.
Yeah. Busy summer.
Yeah.
It's not like it used to be, you know? You remember like summer times growing up? Well, but then again.
Felt like everything felt like it took forever back then.
Yeah. I guess that's just how it goes.
Yeah. I mean, proportionally to your life.
Yeah.
it worked out that way. I don't know, listening to a lot of good podcasts.
So that's exciting about the new car that I have. Now I'm going to be stuck in traffic a lot.
Oh, that's not
so it's
great.
Gonna be podcast
okay, good. There you go. It's like,
not so much stuck in traffic, but I'm going to be driving a lot.
Well, that's a big commute from the Niagara region to here.
But I was saying like an hour and 15. That's like that's like Scarborough to Toronto sometimes.
Am I right? Yes, you would be right. What about like taking a coach? No, it's not worth it, is it? Like driving to Hamilton, grabbing the...
No, it's not worth it.
Right.
That's like the whole reason behind getting the car was... But I can listen to the podcast in the car is what I'm saying.
Yeah. Speaking of Hamilton, you can gig there too, right? What about talking to Pam's school? Maybe doing a little improv club in the...
The only thing is they're French, right? So.
Well, I mean, you speak the lingity.
That's true. But they have like... Anyway, we've talked about that before. So maybe, maybe.
Like, I mean, it could be volunteering. It could
true.
be, but then you could say, "Hey, kids! I mean, if you want to, we can come to this improv show."
Yeah.
Or is it like an over 19 thing?
I'm gonna be honest. I'm not a fan of teaching kids.
Oh, you've talked about teaching teenagers because they basically just want to improvise, sucking each other's faces.
Exactly.
They want to and.
It's a lot of touching each other.
Jobs.
It's a lot of
Yeah.
But then again, like if it hadn't been for somebody introducing like me to improv when I was like youngish, then I wouldn't be doing it now. Still,
so aware of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it was there in our education.
I ended up teaching a former student of Pam's at Second City. Did I tell you that?
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
I've had former students of Pam teaching my children.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh man.
It's a circle of life.
Teachers. I guess so there's a lot of people from Welland who moved to Mississauga to...
Makes sense.
Yeah.
Our instinct was to move to Toronto.
Well, mine was to move to Ottawa. Actually, my instinct was to move to Toronto.
Yeah.
And I
That's
went
where all the
against
gerbs are.
Yeah.
Jorbs.
But then I quickly shifted and went to Ottawa instead.
Mm-hmm. And then France.
And then France.
That's the natural progression.
Yeah. Let's get as French as we can. France.
Well, it's going to leave your schedule open up to do improv whereabs.
Improv whereabs, writing all the time.
Soaking in influences and works.
I also feel like it's giving me like opportunities to properly like book my shows. Like I feel like so often I'm like scrambling to book my shows. Not scrambling. It's just I feel like, oh crap, I should have said this stuff out already. But because I was at work and so now it'll be like
it's gonna be weird because you're gonna have to treat yourself as your product, your commodity. I feel like I could, CEO of Brie Incorporated. Brico. Cobrie? No, that doesn't make sense. Brico.
want to start a production company called Watson,
Oh,
but it's spelled Watson, but the O is capital.
nice. I like it. It's good.
It's my name. It's gonna be an interesting year. We'll have to have a catch up, like, next.
Do we do a
month and talk
quarterly
about it.
report? Oh, next
Like,
month?
well, when we do our next podcast, just have an offside, but like a little like to the side about like, oh, well, how's that going? And I'll be like, I've been to the beach every day.
I've smoked so much weed.
I don't know. I gotta stay away from that. Yeah, I'll just try to check out what's going on.
Check out the scene and the Nagarene.
I also just want to like sit at my desk and then like go downstairs and do like Pilates, like go back up and sit at my desk. And then, like, go for a bike ride.
Oh.
And then come back up and sit at my desk. And then go swimming. And then, like,
I mean, what's going to happen in the winter, though? I mean, build a fort.
Downstairs. I'll put
Shovel
a TV down there and I'll do, like, Taibo or whatever. Remember Taibo?
Is that, like, boxing fighting?
Yeah.
For exercise?
Yeah.
Okay. I do remember that. What else do we have? Do we have anything else?
No. I'm taking a year off.
That's pretty big. I am not doing that.
No.
Oh. I'd love to. That'd be great.
Well, you can't?
Well, I could. I just feel like a jerk for removing my salary from the family.
Yeah, but I thought your wife made a lot.
She does. I mean, I constantly tease Catherine that we're another promotion away from my retirement.
I don't know. What if she got something and you worked, like, part-time?
I don't know. I hear you. But there's something about me where I'm programmed to, at this point, it's like, I don't know, the only way I can think about putting it is I would not want to win the lottery because I want to make my money from my own efforts.
Yeah, but couldn't you do that, like, what if your own efforts was, like, writing a novel and then, like, making money off your novel and that kind of stuff?
But I feel like I don't want someone to pay for me to write the novel. I want to make my own money, write the novel, and then build on that.
Okay.
Like, I want to earn it.
Ugh. I once had somebody, I was like, I'm not fully satisfied with the work that I'm doing, but I'm not sure that I'm, like, ready to, like, leave right now because I don't have anything to fall back on and yada, yada, yada.
Yep.
And he was like, you'll know when it's time to go.
And you feel like it's
and
time
the
to go.
opportunity, like, things have lined up in such a way that I'm like, well, it's now or never.
Mm. You know what? I mean, I don't know how my company would be for a sabbatical.
Yeah.
But if we got to the point where I wrote the thing.
Yeah.
And I don't know, maybe I needed the time to market it or
go on a book tour.
Do a tour.
Yeah.
Whatever, go to cons and stuff like that because it's a sci-fi book.
Yeah, it's nerdy.
We'd have to discuss it. I'm sure there'd be.
You don't think they would have problems with it?
Yeah, well, I mean, I'm
more
worried about Catherine and the kid.
I don't know, but I think she's encouraging of, like, your stuff.
Super encouraging, but there's also, we have to be responsible, too.
Right. Good night.
Night, Coop.
Special guest Cooper on the podcast.
Yeah, that'd be really cool if that came across.
He probably did. Good night.
Little monkey. So, yeah, I know. Nothing yet. I'm planning on doing at least half a year of editing.
Oh, maybe I'll come to your ink drinks now.
Oh my god. Please?
Yeah. I think I'm going to start my blog up again.
Oh, well, you're going to have time.
Exactly. So if you're interested in following along with how difficult it is to...
Hi, Mac. What are you doing?
Uh-oh. We got another guest.
Another friend of the podcast.
Friend of the podcast.
Oh, you're coming for your
my
night
goodness.
night?
Your t-shirt says Snap Cat on it.
And it's a cat doing Snapchat.
You snap, Mackenzie?
No, she does not.
That's probably for the best. Oh, she's sad face about the snapping. You can say hi if you want.
Hi.
Yeah, that's how we're going to start our podcast.
Night-night, Mackie.
Bye.
What time is it that my children are going to bed? It must be late.
10 to 10.
Holy crap, Mac, get to bed. She did a fart noise. All right. So, welcome to not being on our podcast. Constant struggle.
Oh, I see. Welcome off our podcast.
Yeah. Do we have anything else?
I just like that my constant struggle is shifting gears now from being a time one to a money one.
Oof, money is a big struggle.
Struggle.
But, okay. I know we just tried to sign off.
But
I've been feeling very much lately that money is just another form currency, if you will, of time.
Oh.
Because to get that money, you had to spend your time doing something you do not want to fucking do.
Right.
So somebody would give you money.
Right.
And then you have to go and spend it on jeans.
Yeah.
I bought a bunch of jeans because I've lost weight!
Yay!
Struggle off, everybody.
Bye-bye.
Well, you know